So today we're going to do something a little different. I've had many requests from a friend to do this, so we're finally going to do it. We're going to take a look at what some AI-generated cards are going to look like. Now, for this, what I did, I just went to ChatGPT and asked it to make a Gwent card. It gave me a bronze, and then I asked it to make a bronze for each faction. Just said, hey, make a bronze card for this faction in Gwent. Made the card, and then I took whatever that said the art description was and put it to an AI art generator. Took the first image that came out, put it into the card, and then I put them into, I just made the card, essentially, in photo editing. So we're going to take a look at how good these are. I tried not to analyze them, just copy-paste stuff when I was doing the making of the cards. Didn't really analyze them at all. So we'll take a look at how good they are. One thing I do want to mention is I didn't want to do any guidance. Like, obviously with the ChatGPT and stuff, you can make it do whatever you want. All I wanted to do is just see what it thought a Gwent card would be. So just ask it to make the Gwent card. The only thing I did to refine its results was I had to tell it that bronze cards shouldn't be more than 7 provisions, because it was making a bunch of 8 provision bronzes for some reason, and they were, I mean, we could look at all these cards as 8 provisions, and yeah, well, no one's gonna play an 8 provision bronze of these types, but it did make, when it initially made the cards, it made 2 6 provisions, 1 7, and 4 8s. I want you guys to guess which cards ChatGPT, when it made these, thought originally were the 6 provision cards. So I did have to ask it to, I had to tell the bronze cards shouldn't be so expensive, and then I asked it to redefine their provisions. That's the only thing I changed from its initial response to us. So let's get into it here. We'll look at these cards. Should be pretty fun. And yeah, I had way more fun making this than I thought I would, and it also took way longer than I expected. But let's get into it. We're just going to look at these as if they were new cards released in a hypothetical set and see what we think. The first card we got here is Vile Blood Alchemist. So 4 strength, human mage, 7 provisions. This card better be good. And we've got deploy boosts an allied unit by the number of alchemy cards in your starting deck. It's a mage unit, give it Veil. I guess the ChatGPT really likes the idea of Spring Equinox. But if we take a look at the alchemy cards, take alchemy tag here. We've got, the thing is, it's Nilfgaard alchemies. So you'd have to play a bunch of neutrals. What are the neutral alchemies? I mean, these two are playable. These two are playable. Nilfgaard does love Sangreal, to be fair. So you're probably not going to play, I don't believe there's a single one of the runestone. Yeah, I guess you could play 6 alchemies without having a terrible deck. Like these two, and then the runestone, and then you play Sangreal. I wouldn't add these just for this. But say you're playing 6 alchemies, what does our Vile Blood Alchemist look like? Boost an ally unit by 6, and if it's a mage, give it Veil. Yeah, if this was in Skellige, it would be broken, right? If this was in Skellige, play this, 4 power, boost something by 12, and then you could replay it with Fukusha, replay it with Freya's Blessing, but it's not. It's in Nilfgaard. In Nilfgaard, this card is not very good, because it's not a soldier, so you can't make copies that way. I just don't think there's enough ways to effectively use alchemies in Nilfgaard. So I don't think this is actually that good just because it's in Nilfgaard. However, it might be worth considering, because if you do put in, you could, I guess, put in Swallow. I guess you could technically put in 12 alchemies instead of 12 tactics. If you put in 12 alchemies, this thing is playing for, that's the tier maker, wrong tab, we'll get there in a second. If you do have 12 alchemies, it's a 16 for 7. The thing is, it's not a soldier, so if we take a look, I guess you could Artorias Vigo it, that would be insane. It can't be that bad, because it is of insane potential. I just don't think the deck would be that good. I mean monsters. Here we go. See how many we could do something with operator, right? We could operator it. I'm just trying to think what other ways outside of the operator we would have. It's just Artorias Vigo, right? I think it's just Artorias Vigo. Still, if you make a deck with operator, this thing has such high potential. Here's our tier maker. I think we're just gonna have to go in here and take our alchemist. I think we'll put it in. It's either good or playable. The fact that it has such a high ceiling, and you can make a copy with Vigo, you could make a whole deck based on this and operator, which would be really funny. You just play 16 value bronzes repeatedly. That would be kind of funny. I think just because there's not that many alchemies in Nilfgaard, it's going in playable. With such a high ceiling, there's no way it's not playable, at least in some deck. But, this says terrible. This should say meme tier down here. It should be meme tier. Yeah, I think we just put it there. Now let's see what ChatGPT had to say about this card when we made it. It says, this card adds strategic depth to Nilfgaard decks, particularly those focusing on alchemy synergy, which do not exist. Or mage units. And I checked. This is definitely a supposed to be a Nilfgaard card. The mage units just gives a veil, which is kind of useless. Rewards players, including alchemies, that is true. Provides flexibility of boosting any allied unit. That is also true. The inclusion of Veil on a mage provide protection. Not really, doesn't matter. And we don't care, that doesn't really enhance its utility. And then when it gave me the provisions, it gave me an explanation why, which I put down here. It says, this card offers flexible boosting and potential Veil, which can be impactful in various Nilfgaard strategies. What I'd argue is impactful is the fact that this thing can play for 16 for 7. More so than anything else. But then again, I don't think Nilfgaard Alchemy's a thing, even with this card. But yeah, I thought this one's kind of funny. Let's go on to the next one. We have Skellige now. Sea Storm Caller, 6 power, 6 for 6, not bad. Human Warrior. The last one was a Human Mage. Deploy, damage a random enemy by 2. If it is damaged, repeat this ability once. Oh, this one's kind of, let's see. Oh, by the way, I put the, I gave flavor text and a voice line too. I didn't read the last one. What was it? Alchemy can solve many problems, my dear. For a price, of course. Also, I kind of like this AI art we got here. I only put in one prompt. Whatever that text told me. ChatGPT gave me like a art description. Just type that in. So I did like that one. We've got Sea Storm Caller here. So it says, when the sea calls, even the fiercest warriors must yield to its wrath and feel the fury of the sea. So this one's kind of interesting. If you play it and the enemy unit isn't damaged, it's an 8 for 6, which is bad. However, here's the thing. If the opponent plays a 4 power unit, this just kills it. Which is 10 for 6 with 4 damage. That's actually pretty good. Like, if the opponent plays 1 unit, this card's good, because it's 4 damage to it. There's also this amazing synergy with Ulula, because it would do 6. Huh, this one's actually, for such a short text, kind of interesting. What do we have for the deal damage cards? Where is, like, the fist guy? Not you, this guy. Where are all the damage units by, like, 2 or 4 cards? There are 7s right now, right? Where are the ones I'm thinking of? So you do 3. You are 5 with 4 with Bloodthirst. I think just because of the access to the removal, this is actually a really good card. 6 for 6 with 2 then 2. Well, let's see what ChatGPT had to say about it. Said it offers a versatile damage dealing option for Skellige decks, particularly those focusing on controlling the board and disrupting the opponent's strategy, so all of them. Its ability to damage a random enemy unit upon deployment and potentially repeat the damage provides immediate impact, that's true. Additionally, the randomness adds an element of unpredictability, making each use exciting and strategic. That is the opposite of what I say randomness does, but whatever. Although randomness does have a little bit of excitement to it. The strategic part, I guess, is how many units they have. So Sea Storm's Caller's ability to potentially deal repeated damage can provide strong control and disruption, warranting a higher provision cost. I would agree. This should not be less than 6. Okay, so here we go. Let's think. It can be replayed with Freya's Blessing, which is kind of important. It goes with warriors. It does not go with raids, so I like it just on that basis that maybe this goes with an Alula deck, which all I do is ask it to make a bronze Skellige card. I did not input that as much as I like it. So let's go take a look. Where does this fall on the tier list? I think it's an excellent card, right? I think it's either good or excellent. It depends on when you play it. If you play it and they have nothing damaged, it's just a 8 for 6. If you play it and it's a 10 for 6 that does 4 damage, now we're talking. I just think its potential as a first card you play is really good. And if they're playing tokens, you can ping a token off with the random damage. You can replay this thing. Would it see play in Raid Warriors? Would it see play in like Alula Warriors? Would I play this in Alula Warriors? It's somewhere between these. I think it's between good and excellent. The thing is, having access to 4 damage on the opponent's first card is 4 damage is like the big threshold. I think this card's actually really good. I think this would be really good. That's my opinion. Let's go on to the. By the way, when I do this tiers, you guys let me know if you disagree with where these cards are on the tier list, and let me know if you like them. Yeah, just let me know that. Let's go on to the next one. We have a Scoia'tael card, the Forest Tracker, 5 power, 6 provisions, Elf Human. Elf Human. I guess we've got some. I didn't realize that when I was copying pasting stuff. This is 2 primary tags. That's kind of weird. I'm also not sure how this would count for something like Saskia Commander, but whatever. It says it's an elf and a human, not a bandit or anything else though, just elf human. So this card this is the notes. We want to go to, hold on a second here. There it is. Okay, so let's drag this up. There we go. This is what it actually is. Forest Tracker. So 5 power, 6 provisions, elf human. Deploy. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck. You may move 1 to the bottom. Okay, so that's kind of like a thinning option. That's pretty good. Yeah, just thinning a card like that's pretty good. And if you moved a special card, boost self by its provision cost. Oh, hold on a second here. It is broken. Wait a minute. So you're telling me if I see my Oniromance, I move it to the bottom, this is an 18 for 6? I mean, obviously what the best thing you can do with this is like, I don't know. I was thinking Shaping Nature for the Echo, but let's just take a look. Let's read what else it says. In the depths of the forest, every leaf holds a secret and every track a story. Okay. And the forest reveals its secrets to those who listen. The secret of how broken this card is. So let's just take a look at this. So it's a 5 for 6 that does a thinning. Just baseline, it does a thinning from the top 3 of your deck. Something that's not that uncommon of effect. Eavesdrop sort of does something like that, where you thin a card, you draw a card, and thin a card. You can see the top 3 with Courier. So it sort of thins your deck. And then if you move a special, boost self. Let's see. So if I see, for example, let's say I see what's something I wouldn't want to play. Like say I'm playing like Symbiosis and I see a Tempering. I move the Tempering to the bottom. That thins it. And this plays for 9. That's really good. Yeah, this card is broken. The point slamp's so high. Maybe since it's the top 3 of the RNG to miss. What's Spotter? Spotter is 6 provisions, right? This is better. This is better than Spotter. Right, this is better than Spotter. They both look at the top of your deck. Spotter is an order though, and this looks at the top 3. Yeah, this card's broken. This card's so good. Yeah, where is this card is broken. Yeah, in virtue of how broken this is, we're gonna probably move this guy down to good, just because I don't want these 2 on the same tier. This card is probably in between here. 4 damage is actually good on deploy. We'll leave him. This card's so much better. I can't put those in the same tier. Let's go take a look at the next one. Oh, I just had them in the wrong order. All right, next up we have Northern Realms Shield Wall Defender. 5 power, 7 provisions. Okay. Let's see what this looks like. Human Soldier. Good start there. Reasonable for Northern Realms. Deploy. Boost an allied unit by 2. If it's a soldier, give it shield. That's like a nothing ability. What else we got? For king and country, we stand as the bulwark against tyranny and chaos. Not with these stats, you don't. Voice line, none shall pass. So, obviously this card is literal garbage. A 7 for 7 with a shield on a soldier. This card is really, really, really bad. What's the chat GPT have to say about it? So it says we've got 5 for 7, the same card, blah, blah, blah. This card provides support and protection to allied units, particularly soldiers within Northern Realm decks, by boosting an allied unit upon deployment and providing shield if it's a soldier. Shield Wall Defender enhances the survivability of key units. Yeah, but they're already dead at that point. Can maintain board presence and protect valuable engines or targets from removal or damage. Here's the thing. Protecting from removal or damage, if you're giving shield, your shield giving card has to go onto the board first. So this card has to go first and then has to give an order. Otherwise, they just kill the unit first. It doesn't matter. Offering boosting and potentially shield, Defender can be a key defensive tool in Northern Realms, justifying a higher provision cost. No, it doesn't. This card is literal garbage. All of you can see that without me telling you anything. It's 7 provisions. The only other 7 provision bronze in the entire game is... what's the thing that boosts all the units by 1? Bone Talisman. Nothing else is 7 provision bronze. This is nowhere near that power level. And it is terrible. It's even worse than that Vile Blood Alchemist. Yeah, this is literally a meme card. No one would ever play this. Okay, well that was a fast one. When we finish ranking them all on the tier list, we'll go through and quickly say what could balance them. I think we'll do that. Going on to monsters, we have the Venomous Webreaver, a 6 provision, 4 power. This is the one that I don't like that much on, but whatever. We just took what we got. So we have Venomous Webreaver, Beast and Insectoid. I think that's unusual too. I don't think that's a thing. It's either Beast or Insectoid in the game currently. Deploy. Spawn a Venomous Web on the opposite row. Whenever a unit appears on this row, damage it by 1. Ooh, okay. Okay, this is interesting. What's the flavor text? In the darkest corners of the forest where webs grow thick and the venom flows freely, the web reavers lurk, waiting to ensnare their prey. Entangled in my web, you are doomed. Okay, let's see what we got. So, it's spawning a token on the opponent's row. The token does 1 damage whenever they place something on the row. We're kind of looking at a longship here, except it's row locked, and the opponent can play around it. That is the downside compared to longship. The upside is you're clogging their row by 1. We're also giving them a token, so it has to be a token, right? It's not a row effect. I guess it doesn't say if it's row effect or token. We could ask. Okay, so this is a row effect. Let's go back. So given that this makes a row effect, that makes it different. However, here's the problem with this. Actually, here's the difference. This effect does not go away if you kill the Webreaver, right? Because it spawns the row effect on the enemy row. So that's different from the longship. That's kind of cool. We're not giving them 1 point. Let's see what else it says about on the other page. It says this card provides control and disruption for the monster's faction by spawning a venomous web. The web creates a persistent effect that damages any unit on the row, gradually weakening the opponent's units and hindering their strategy. The thematic elements of monstrous spiders and venomous webs align with the flavor of monsters, enhancing immersion and thematic cohesion. It says the disruptive potential of the Webreaver paired with its persistent damage effect warrants a higher provision cost. Okay. So, it's interesting, this one. If it makes a row effect that you can't get rid of that does 1 damage, like, there is almost no way. There's no viable deck or viable card people play to remove their own row effects. So, I'm like Shoop could or something, you know, but no one plays cards that remove row effects. They even got changed Equinox. So that means this is an uninterruptible effect, essentially. Uninterruptible effect when they place something on the row is damages it by 1. I really wish this did when it moves to the row or enters the row, so you could do like Drowner movement stuff with it, which would be kind of cool. But as it is, if we go to the tier list, unfortunately, I think this card is just bad. 6 provisions is a little too much, and even though it's better than something like Longship or Eider because it gives you the effect that can't be interrupted by killing your engine, they just play on the other row. So I don't think it's good enough, unfortunately. If this was 5 provisions, maybe we had this conversation a little differently, but it says it's 6, so unfortunately not. Let's go on to the next card. Black Market Smuggler. Human Criminal. Criminal is not a tag, so I'm guessing this should just be a gang. I don't know which gang this would be, but it would be a gang instead. 4 power, 5 provisions. Okay. This is our first 5 provision card so far. I think, right? Yeah, it's our first 5. Interesting. So, deploy. Gain 2 coins. If you control another human unit, gain 2 additional coins. Okay, well, we already know where this card's going. In the underworld, everything has a price, and the black market smuggler knows how to profit from it. Looking for something special? I've got just what you need. No, you don't. As we go take a look at the filters here, and we go to 4 provision Syndicate, and we go take a look at a card that already exists and does not see that much play, in Beggar. Profit 3, bonded 5. This is 3 power with 3 coins. And if we go back here to our trader, we got 5 provisions, so it's 1 extra power for 1 less coin. The coins are more valuable than points. A controller human unit gain 2 additional coins. Easier condition to trigger than Beggar. However, yeah, it's easier condition than Beggar. I thought this card would be trash. What do you think about this? Profit 4 is actually pretty okay. Could I just get Profit 4 when I play this? No, I don't think so. It's 5 provisions. You want your coin generators to be 4 most of the time. Although controlling a human unit is very, very common. This might just... If this just said deploy, gain 4 coins, would I play it? Probably not. I don't think. I don't think this is good. Yeah, let's see what the chat had to say about it. This card provides coin generation for the Syndicate faction with its ability to gain coins upon deployment. Being boosted, our human unit is on the board. This encourages players to build decks around a human units. They are basically all human units at this point. At least almost all of them are. You have stuff like Crowns, the Barnacle Brawler that isn't, but that's about it in most decks. We're also providing consistent source of coins for various abilities and mechanics. It says, while promoting coin generation, the black market... Why is this one's worded different? I don't know. This one's just worded different than the other ones. While providing coin generation, Black Market Smuggler's ability isn't as inherently powerful as some other 6 provision cards, so a provision value of 5 would be more appropriate to reflect this utility of providing coin generation. Alright, let's go place this one on the tier list. Black Market Smuggler. Go. Is it playable? The thing is, it's 5 provisions. If this was 4, it would actually be quite good, I think. But I think that being 5 for just making coins... To be fair, it probably makes 4, but if I really wanted 4 coins, I would just play like Beggar and take the 3 for the extra provision. So I think this is bad. And the Devotion one's better too, right? Yeah, I think this is bad. It might be playable. I don't think it is, though. These 2 are probably bad. So we're down to our last card here. I did ask it to make a neutral card. And let's go take a look what we got here. So 3 power, 5 provisions. Okay. Arcane Scribe. Just a human. All right. This card. Oops, that's the wrong one. We want this one. Draw a special card from your... What the... This is broken beyond belief. Deploy, draw a special card from your deck. Wait, is an alchemy boost self by 2? Okay. This is broken beyond all comprehension. If this was like a 10 provision gold, it'd be probably too strong. Okay. Alright. see what I'm laughing at this. It just gets more absurd the more you read it, right? Draw a special card, not a card. You want your Heatwave every game? Just play Arcane Scribe. You want to draw your Heatwave and Oneiromancy every game? Just play your Arcane Scribes. You want to play an Alchemy deck? I mean, good luck. You get a 5 for 5 draw card. I mean, yeah, just draw Heatwave. If this card just said draw Heatwave, Erendite, or Oneiromancy, that's basically what this says. Just draw your key special. Oh, imagine Golden Necker with this. Just draw your Golden Necker. By the way, it doesn't put a card back in your deck. It just says draw the card. So you just get a +1 card advantage when you do this. This would be by far the best card ever released in Gwent if this was a real thing. Let's see what we've got. In the Halls of Knowledge, the Arcane Scribe weaves spells into parchment, turning words into power. Yeah, he's turning stuff into power, all right. The secrets of magic are written in the stars, waiting to be uncovered. All right, now let's see how on earth ChatGPT justifies this card. This card offers players the ability to draw a special card from their deck, but chance you providing access to key utility or combo pieces. Yes, that is true. If the drawn card is an alchemy, the scribe boosts itself, rewarding players including alchemy cards in their deck. Yes, that's true. Now, were we addressing the fact that this card is broken beyond imagination? Given its card draw and potential self-boosting, it can provide valuable utility to various decks without being a deck-defining card as high-version cards. I mean, it's not deck-defining if it's in every deck in the game, right? I cannot think of a reason you would not play this in a deck. I mean, why would you ever play Renfrey when this exists? Actually, if we think about this, this could justify playing like 26-card Renfrey. You know what? It probably does justify it, and it probably makes it good. Right, so you play two of this, Renfrey and Oniromancy, for example, or Renfrey and, what's the other one you did do? The Skellige one, Magic Compass. This totally justifies it. I think the thing with playing the 26-card Renfreys is you're essentially playing like an extra 10 provisions or something. Like a ridiculous amount of extra provisions for the 26th card. I guess it's 4 provisions for adding another 4 to your deck, plus adjusting the cost of this consistency. So it's like probably like 6 extra visions to play that extra card into your deck. And this card justifies it. So you totally do it. This card's for... Alright, guys. Yeah, I mean, you all knew this as soon as we saw it. Where's the... No, where's add a tier? I want add a tier. Add a row above. Right there. Let's make it purple. Oops, we don't want this one. I made too many new ones. I want to delete this one. Delete row. Delete row. You're supposed to be green. Add row above. New row is going to be broken beyond comprehension. Yeah, I guess we should make it belief so it's easier to read. Broken beyond belief. And we're going to make it purple. Okay. Broken beyond belief. Okay. All right, so that's where the cards that ChatGPT made us rank. Let's go through it right now at the end and just see if we can balance these cards real quick. Just go through, balance them. Start with the first one. Viable Alchemist, just move it to Skellige and it's broken. Move it to Skellige, make it 1 power. Maybe you could do something there. That might be fun. Speedrun balancing. Speedrun balancing, by the way, doesn't mean it's going to be good balancing. But I think you can move this to Skellige and make it like 1 or something. Could be kind of fun. Sea Storm Caller. I think this card's actually pretty good. Just leave it how it is. Try it out. Just try it out a bit. Forest Tracker is insane. It should say provision card. The provision cost should only be if it's a bronze special. Yeah, if you move the special card, boost self by its provision cost, it should say move a bronze special card, should boost yourself by the provision cost, because you never want to move your gold provision cost anyway. Although it does make a viable trade-off, so maybe you leave that. That could be kind of cool. But I think its power is a little high for a thinning card and also self-boost. So I think you make this like 3. 3 boost to 7. Makes more sense, I think. Next up, we have the Shield Well Defender. Make this 4 provisions. This card stinks. At 4 provisions, it's a 7 for 4 with Shield on deploy. I still don't think that gets into decks. It would have to be order. If this was like a 5, if this is like a 5 with an order that does this, yeah, that might be interesting. So yeah, let's make this 5 for 5 and make this deploy in order. What do we have next? The Venomous Webreaver. I think you make this 5. You have a 5 provisions, and you have a conversation for this being playable. That it might be actually pretty good. So I think you make this one 5 provisions. Smuggler. Make this 4. It competes with the Beggar too much, I think. So we'd want to do probably, how would we do this if we don't want to conflict with Beggar and like the Devotion one? It's kind of hard to do this really quickly for this one. Let's see. I think you have to make it 4 provisions, and then you have to adjust the power. So make it 4 with like 2 power, so you have the upside of the 4 coins. Probably make it like 4 with 2 power. So you get an extra coin over Beggar most of the time, but you get 1 less power. I'd probably do that. This one's kind of hard to do. It's so similar to other cards. And the last one here, we have Arcane Scribe. How do we balance this, guys? What is our balancing solution? How do we balance allowing a bronze card you can make extra copies of or replay, drawing you a card unconditionally with no restriction on putting it back in your deck, and then boosting itself if it's an alchemy? All right, how do we balance Arcane Scribe? Real quick, we make it gold, and then instead of 5 provisions, we make it 15. That's probably what you do. Probably get gold and 15 provisions. That's probably still good. It's ridiculous. Anyway, that's the cards, guys. Let me know if you enjoyed this one. I know some people have been asking this for, specifically one of my friends is asking me to do this for a very long time. So let me know if this was fun, if you enjoyed it. And we'll see if we can come back next time. Maybe we'll do this again. I kind of don't want to do too many of these because they take a ton of effort to make. And I'm not sure if you guys like them. So if you do like them, make sure to let me know. And we might do more. I'm going to do probably one with gold cards. But other than that, we'll see. And hopefully you enjoyed this. And how many... And remember in the beginning, I said, guess which cards ChatGPT gave provisions for, right? So I did say in the beginning, I asked it to reassess its provisions after telling it that 8 provision bronzes are not a thing. So of the cards that we have, which ones do you think ChatGPT made 8 provisions, 7, and 6? Let me know. I'll put the answers in the comment, or in the description. Let me know what you guys think. And hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you in the next one. That'll be it for this one, guys. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next time. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more. And you can check out some more videos over here. And thanks for watching.